Summer is a busy time on the nursery, where its famed fruit trees and fruit are near to ripening. John Mundy, the nursery manager, explains why this time of year is a very busy period for him and his team at the farm.
During the summer, we have lots of jobs that need doing out on the nursery. All the young trees will need sort of caning and protecting against some of the winds that we're having. They'll need shaping to get them into the right shape and tip-top perfect condition. Lots of irrigation work is required, making sure the irrigation system is working at its peak. The plants are getting the right nutrients to put on the growth that is required. It's more about maintenance and preparing the trees, getting them ready for dispatch and getting them into the best quality that we can. On a very warm day like today, the irrigation system can be running up to 4 or 5 times a day. In each block out here in the plants will be a soil moisture detector. The sun will come out, the plants will use up more water, and once the sensors detect that the pot starts to dry out, the irrigation system automatically comes on. Once the sensor gets to the required moisture level, it will go off again. So it's little and often, rather than you know, at home maybe you only water your plants once a day and give them a soaking. We apply a slow release fertilizer that will last in the container for 12 months. It releases all the nutrients the plants need on a slow basis. If you put a top-up of fertilizer down, sometimes you can sort of get a big boost of growth, whereas with slow release fertilizers we're getting a nice balanced growth level. In summertime we're propagating by softwood cuttings that go into a mist unit. They're in there for roughly around sort of 3 weeks until they start to root. They're then weaned off the mist and then potted on, and they start to go through the nursery cycle. The weed control in the fields is one of the hardest things that any nurseryman probably faces. With such a young plant, we have to be very careful. So we have to strike a balance between an adequate weed control without restricting the growth or doing any damage to the plants. Some weed is acceptable. We would love to have no weeds in our fields at all. But the only way to achieve that will be putting high amounts of chemicals onto the ground to stop the weeds growing, but that would also affect the growth of the fruit trees. We want nice, young, vigorous fruit trees, so we allow a little bit of weed to come into the fields. Coming up in the next few weeks, we've got Hampton Court Flower Show, and at the show we are there in front of 200,000 of our customers and the general public. We have to put together a show garden that would inspire people to be planting fruit trees in their garden. And what we're trying to do this year in a very small confined space is to show the type of plants, the small plants that you can grow and get good crops of fruit off in a small space. It's a huge amount of work that is involved in a show. We could be spending 2 years preparation with the plants to get them into peak show condition, which is required at RHS show. It's very important. It's the one real big opportunity that we have to show people the quality plants that we do grow here at Blackmoor.
We get some very, very good comments from certainly the general public at Hampton Court. Yeah, a lot of enthusiastic people at that show, very, very keen gardeners, and you're giving them an idea of potentially what they can do in their garden. And it's very rewarding. All the work, hard work that's gone in over the 11 months prior just pays off. This time of year, everything's moving, everything's just been finished potting, everything's growing very quickly. Fruits are starting to bear on all the soft fruit and the fruit trees. For me, it's very exciting. I can go out to garden centre customers and show off the products that we've got coming in the next 12 months and what they can see on their benches within the garden centres.
It's nice to see the plants growing. We're out here every day and we probably don't notice the difference, but it's nice to see the plants mature and get ready for someone to love.